Using MyVision Express, orders can be created a few different ways. You can either create an order using the Quick Order screen or the Detailed Order screen. For this video, we will be creating a spectacle lens order using the Detailed Order screen. You can get to the Detailed Order screen either by clicking on the spectacle icon or by clicking on the arrow next to it and selecting the order type. You can also go to File, Order, and select the order type from there. You can even use the keyboard hotkeys that are listed. Once in the order, you can either create a new patient or you can select a patient that's already in your database. Next, we can go to the VisionRx tab, where we can either create a new prescription or we can select one that was created prior. To add the prescription to the order, we can click on the Fill button. This brings us to the Lens tab. As you can see, the prescription has now been added to the order. The next thing to do here is to add the lens. You can either do so manually by using the drop-down fields and selecting a material, a lens style, and lastly selecting it from the UPC field. Or you can click directly in the UPC field, use a barcode scanner, and that will populate the lens. You can also click on the ellipse button, which will give you access to your spectacle lens inventory, where you can then select the lens manually. Next, we can go to our Frame tab, and here again we can either manually select the frame using the drop-downs, or scan the barcode into the UPC field, or we can use the ellipse button and filter through our inventory to select the frame that we need. Next, we can go to the Invoice tab. Here, we can modify charges if needed. You can either do so by double-clicking on the item, or you can select it and click Modify. There's additional things that can be done from the Invoice tab. You can delete a line item, you can discount a line item, you can return an item, you can cancel the whole order, and you can also link charges and diagnoses from an exam. Next, we can go into the Payments tab. Here we can add a payment by clicking Add. We can specify the payment method, and if it's a cash transaction, you can even use this Cash Tendered field. What this does is calculate the change due to the patient. Now we can provide the patient with a receipt. If you wish to print the receipt, you can click on Receipt, and that will print it directly. But if you wish to preview it first, you can click on Preview. And here you can see there's a few different receipt types that can be provided to a patient. We'll take a look at the patient receipt. The patient receipt can either be printed, emailed, faxed, or even saved for future use. In the Payments tab, there is some additional information that can be captured, such as order status. This is a customizable list. You can also enter a tray number, the promise date. You can select the lab, and even submit this job to the lab electronically by clicking on Send to Lab, or you can fax it to your lab. You can capture some lab-specific information such as lab amount and date, your lab reference, your shipping status, which is another customizable list. You can enter a tracking number. You can specify the employee that fitted this order. The employee that made the order will automatically be populated into the order. You can specify the employee who notified the patient, and you can even specify the employee that delivered the order. If this is a second pair order, you can denote that by checking the box and typing in the original order number. If it is a remake, you can specify the remake reason, which is also a customizable list, and you can specify the order that it was remade from. You can also specify a statement status, which is another customizable list. Once this part is done, you can save the order, and it will be available in the patient's profile for future reference.